Time to watch this garbage. Time to watch this garbage. Brings the blitz. First play catches him by surprise. Damn, man. I got so much to talk about this game. It's ridiculous. And this is going to fly by. After having a horrible, I said it before, there's always, in that building against Bill Belichick, there is always some shady shit, man. Delayed 10 minutes before the game. Delayed 10 minutes. Having to watch the game with one camera, supposedly not being able to have any challenge any replays. Oh my God. What a crazy, ridiculous game. Garbage. Zach ran it first play, throws it away on third down. They have to punt it right back. He was garbage from beginning to end. He was garbage from beginning to end. The whole way, garbage. Good punt defense on the first punt. A little foreshadowing there. Oh my God, man. I'm already heated, and I just started the video. I'm already heated. Pressure right on Jones, right here. Looked like a strip and run back for. That was our game-winning play right there. That was the game-winning play right there, done by Sauce. Man, that should have been a fumble, man. 1, 2, hit. He turned his head to look up the field, and Sauce smacked it out his hands, man, and ran it back. Should have been. That was the game-winning play. That was our game-winning play. Now they punt the ball after we should have had the ball at the 1, possibly. Woo! Man, look, he runs, and they were forced to make a challenge here. They were forced to make a challenge here because the refs called it short, and they had to challenge it to get the ball at the right spot. It's just like ridiculous. Throws it up the middle. Mims drops the ball. That's the best he looked. That one throw. He throws it way short. Way short. Way short to Elijah. That throw to Mims was the best throw he had. Look at the punt defense here. Stopped him. He only got like about 4 yards. Punt again. Mims should have caught that. I'm not trying to say he shouldn't have. And then there's another flag. The running into the kicker. It wasn't the 15-yard penalty. It was only the 5-yard penalty. Punt defense. Good punt defense here again. Hit off Hardy's helmet and went out of bounds. Right there. That was the big run because Jermaine Johnson decided to I don't know if he was supposed to or not, but he decides to shift in at the last second and take away the run to the other way. He thought the run might have gone to the left. The run went to his direction and left the edge. He just left his assignment, it looked like. He left his lane to blast the play. And it was bad timing. It was very bad timing to do it. Look at that. Whitehead makes a big run stuff behind the line of scrimmage. Very good play by him. He came from far too, it looked like on the replay. Like maybe he was blitzing a delayed blitz, but geez, he was right on the money. This play, man, another big play. How the hell don't we land on that ball? How the hell don't we land on this fumble, man? How? Oh my goodness. Oh my God, we don't land on fumbles. It's just like, it's absurd how the ball doesn't bounce our way. Like every time, man. Oh, man. So frustrating. Stevenson breaks tackles like it's nothing, man. I don't know. He just seems like he has insane balance, man. He has insane balance. They go for the field goal. Drop back. Gets batted down. Wise made such a when I saw that block, he reached his hand from his left side all the way over his right shoulder to block that throw. Like, damn, man, he was locked in. Short pass to probably his best pass right there. Screen pass to best completed pass. Screen pass to Garrett. That screen pass to Garrett was like his best play. Play action. Throws it to the sideline. That was a bad play by Garrett. When you watch the replay, he didn't even need to jump. The ball was like waist level. And he felt like he had to jump over the guy. Mims makes a great adjustment on the ball because of the win. He lollipopped that throw, it feels like, and the wind took it, and Mims was able to adjust. Mims adjusted really well to the ball in the air because of the wind. It was a few fluky reasons why Zach runs the ball. A few fluky reasons why. Look at that. But then the 3rd and 3 run. What are you doing, man? That was a horrible play call. He should have had a different play call. You know what? They relied on their bread and butter play. They relied on that bread and butter play so much, but New England's defense was so ready for that play. They were telling everyone on the edge, watch that little fake handoff. They get the field goal. They tie the game. So they responded right after New England scored. They responded right after New England scored. The D-line wasn't penetrating. The defense wasn't perfect, but man, they played a great game. Every big moment that came up, they made a play. But they gave up a lot of yards, and the win being a factor in the field goal attempts for New England, missing 2 kicks, that never happens for New England. I don't think that ever happens for New England. So the win definitely helped the defense. But hey, the defense, every big moment they made a play. Every big moment where they had to make a play to play bend but don't break defense, they made a play. It's like when the field gets shortened for New England on offense and there's less field. Look at that, Quinnen making a big sack, man. When there's less field for, I love the dance, Quinnen. Keep doing it, man. Every week when you get a sack, keep doing it. When the field's shortened and the defense doesn't have to cover the whole field, they buckled down and they made the plays when they need it. Big play by Quinnen. I don't even know. He barely grabbed him to bring him down. 3rd and 16. This was ridiculous, man. Look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. That was so I couldn't believe it, man. That was one big play where they got bailed out. Yeah, I forgot about that play. They got bailed out because that should have been another 3 right away. They brought like a run blitz right there, and he almost breaks free. How the hell did they not score? 3rd and 2. I forgot, man. Jones ran it, but there was the holding call. Bryce Huff coming around the corner, forcing a holding call. That was a great pressure by Bryce Huff. They get the other sack. That's how and then they missed the field goal. This sack by Carl Lawson was so awesome. He brings it, and since the guy's off balance, he has his left hand extended and just pushes him down. How, damn, man. You gotta have some real strong legs. He's powerful. Carl Lawson is powerful, man. How the hell, the wind that was such a weird kick. I thought it was so good, and it just, fell short. What a crazy kick. Carl Lawson has some real strength, man, in his legs. That sack was incredible. That was another good throw by him. That probably is his best throw because it actually was completed. Because the throw up the middle to Mims, that Mims drop was a really good throw. But this was 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8, and he made a big throw. I gave him that throw. That was a good throw. Now he runs and he throws it. Another throw, another positive throw right there to Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore, 2 big catches back to back. Overthrows Conklin. Just completely overthrows Conklin for no reason. Almost gets picked off. Conklin was wide open for the first down and possible run after catch. Overthrows him and almost gets picked off for a gimme. They got so lucky it didn't get picked off. But it ended up being almost the same result. But he probably would have ran it back, man. He had a lot of field to run back if he picked that ball off. That's why he probably dropped it. That's probably why he dropped it. He could have. He knew he was going to run it back, possibly for a touchdown. It was that big of a gimme. It was that big of a gimme. Oh, and the defense comes and stuffs him. Doesn't allow them to go goes 3 and out. They go 3 and out. Then they have to kick into the wind, and Braxton Berrios, which they did a decent job kicking. Braxton Berrios gets a decent return. Ball at the 42. They got plenty of yards. Wilson doesn't throw it early. He holds the ball and luckily gets Conklin for a check down. It was the end of the half. It was the end of the half. Doesn't have nowhere to throw. Overthrows Braxton, it looks like he turned up plenty of opportunities down the field. Pressure. Doesn't throw it. Takes the sack. To me, I can't see down the field. but it looks like he just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to throw it. He doesn't commit. It's like he sees something, doesn't want to throw it, 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 doesn't want to throw it. Move to the left. Like, so I don't know, man. He didn't run away, so he was focused on not leaving the pocket. Damian Harris with the big run. With the big run. What happened here again? Everybody committed. It's like everyone committed, and the counter was perfect timing for that counter run. Jones throws the ball while climbing the pocket, throws the ball to his left, and makes a great throw for a short pass and a run after catch first down. But the defense comes back. Michael Clemens sack. This was a good sack also. This guy's relentless. He's relentless. Damn, the left tackle got picked on today, man. Oof. That's what New England needs. They need a freaking left tackle, man. Damn. Trent Brown, like, he's garbage. He got picked on bad today. Yo, man, this defense was good. This defense was really good. Push back even further, back to their 40. So their drive is pretty much over. Jermaine Johnson reads it really well and brings Ramondre down. Good job, Jermaine. 4th and 13. 43-yard attempt. Whoop. Just hooked it to the left. Little run for Garrett. Back to the line of scrimmage. Good defense by the Patriots. They saw it all the way. Throw. It looks like miscommunication between Zach and Mims. I don't know who to blame there. I felt like something was there. Good punt defense right there. Great throw. Great throw to Jacoby Myers for like 20 yards, it looked like. Another run stuff. 2 great run stuffing plays. CJ on the second one. Great job. 3rd and 10. And Bryce just is a monster, man. Bryce is just a monster, man. He should be playing like every play. Man. He's a monster. Look at that, man. Get out of here. Made the right tackle just crumble and fall on his ass, man. Great job. Oh, man, this is so frustrating. You have no idea how frustrating. Well, you do. This is so frustrating. It just seems like Zach didn't want to throw the ball. Like, he just was playing this so safe. He avoids pressure and throws the ball away to avoid taking a safety. Throws a sidearm to Conklin just to get some space for his punter. Now, so this is where they start battling the field position. Throws short to Harris. Harris fights to get the first down. A gain of about 12. Good play. That's a good play for New England. Great job by CJ and Quincy. Great job by the linebackers adjusting to the run. They started penetrating heavily. Great job by CJ and Quincy getting in the backfield. And Michael Clemens, at the end. That's why I love him. This defense, man, they got to do something at quarterback. 3rd and 7, they rally and bring him down for only a gain of 4. Or 4th and 3, run to the edge. CJ, DJ Reed, they all rally, man, to stop him on 4th down. Great play by the defense. Oh my God! And look, all that energy, all that momentum, and what do? Throws it too high to Mims. Even though he probably would have only got like 1 yard, but he just was, oh my God, man. After this drive, I would have said bring in Mike White. After this drive, I would have brought in Mike White. I'm sorry, right here. 3rd and 12. What does he do? Doesn't throw it, takes the sack by Judon. I freaking hate this New England team, man. This guy, but this, come on, man. Like, this drive, I would have brought Mike White in. After this horrible drive. All that momentum, defense coming, playing. And I don't want to take away anything from New England's defense. They were on fire too. They played a really good game. But I honestly believe our quarterback was just horrible. Good punt to the left side. Look at that. Braden makes a nice punt to the left side. That was a great punt into the win. His first punt into the win in the 4th quarter. Great punt. I don't know how this guy breaks that tackle, man. Quan just could not bring him down. This guy is they must call him butter. Like, he has to be butter, because he just slipped through this guy's amazing, man. He could run and catch. He could run it himself. His balance is just His balance is he's really good, man. 1 or 2 yards. Bryce again with the pressure, but Mack evades it, but forces him out of pocket, and he's not as accurate. He throws the ball low, and they drop the ball. Bryce Huff, he should be playing every play. Doesn't pull the trigger and takes a sack. Luckily, he saw him at the last second and tucked it, because that could have been a fumble. He saw him last second and tucked it. Look at that. He tucks it. He falls with possession, and he gets ripped. It gets ripped right after he fell. Luckily, he saw him last second, man, and because that was a big play. That probably was his second best play of the game. Not freaking fumbling the ball and just seeing him in the last second. What a great blitz. Great timing on the blitz, man. Great timing on the blitz. 2nd and 18. Throw short. It was basically a run for Mims, because that looked like he threw it behind, that was a lateral. Again. Play another punt to the left. He did it twice. And yeah, this was a little short. It wasn't as good. But hey, it's better than getting a return on you. Brings the pressure and a sack for JFM, and I didn't catch this. All right, they bring pressure right away. Quan coming in on a blitz, and Quincy. So it was Quan, Quincy, and JFM on that play, bringing the heavy pressure. Everyone brought the pressure, though. They read it. They saw it was a screen pass, and they stifled it for like 3 yards. Oh my God. Next week, man. Look at that. They try to do their little short game, but it got sniffed out. If Zach is not moving the ball and not pulling the trigger, you got a short leash, man. Short leash on him. Short leash. Run to the left. They got a decent. That was like their best play so far in the second half. 3rd and 3. Sorry, 3rd and 3. He throws it. Big catch for Garrett. Big catch. But they were so afraid. They run a quick play to avoid a challenge, which it could have been overturned, but and then they weren't even ready. They weren't even ready on the run. It was a delayed. How do you run a delay when you're trying to? It's like that was overthinking it. Play action, throws it. The wind could have took it a little bit, but it did look like he was trying to lay it up there. He could have threw it with more conviction and a little further down. Doesn't pull the trigger, takes a sack. Got it, they get paid to. New England made a great pressure. Looping him in the middle, and Dwayne Brown got beat. He got pushed back too far. He didn't get embarrassed. It wasn't like he got embarrassed like Trent Brown is getting embarrassed. But he got pushed back too far, and the looping action in the middle. Another good punt to the left. He did it 3 times to avoid a return. They run a QB sneak on 2nd and 2, which it was wide open, but man, on 2nd and 2 QB sneak. And then boom, stupid play call on 2nd down. They get stuffed. Quinnen and multiple other defenders penetrate so quickly. Quinnen, boom, he shrugged him off with his shoulder, and him and Whitehead meet to bring him down. Great defense, man. So they avoid giving up a lot of yards. They have to punt it on 4th and 3. They get it at the 20. Oh, he drops the catch on the punt return, but luckily it goes out of bounds. They get it at the 20, so it's not terrible field position. It's not good. He throws it high. He probably could have thrown it lower to bring Elijah Moore running down, and he probably would have caught it. Throws it, almost gets picked off because he looks like he's late. Looks like he's late to Mims and almost gets picked off. Play action. Tries to run it up, but there they kept the spy right in the middle. But they get bailed out by a defensive holding, and it's 1st down at the 25. Run up the middle. Positive run from Michael Carter. Gets 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Run up the middle for Michael Carter. He should have turned up. He tried to pull it further to the left. He should have turned up, and he would have got the 1st down probably. Only got 1 yard. What's the play call here? Doesn't throw it. Late on everything. He's just late on everything, man. I'm so locked in, I forgot that was the last drive. Late, like he just... Oh, man. Michael Carter, bad run on 2nd down. And then look at this. This is the return. Block in the back, maybe once. Not twice. I would say there was a block in the back, and then right here a block on the back on Hardy a little bit. But that one, even the Hardy one, is whatever. It's whatever. Like if they would have called that back, I don't think that should have been called. Yes, but it was like he was failing. He wasn't gonna catch him. He wasn't gonna catch him. He was failing right there, blocking the back, in my opinion. Man falls and doesn't try. He doesn't drive through to commit. He tries to just tackle his toes. Whatever. I'm not even gonna. I'm not even going to. I'm not even going to like devote a lot of time to that one play because but so much crap happened in this game. So much crap happened in this game. I already explained myself. I don't know what Elijah Moore was doing here. He thought he was fast enough to get out of bounds there, but he wasn't. And game over. Game over. I already shared what I had to share about the defense while watching the game. I already shared what I had to share about the punt return and and possible block in the back, or how Braden Mann was able to kick it to the sideline 3 times, and then on the last one he just kicked it dead center. But whatever. I could I the play call was not great. It wasn't great. The play call wasn't great. He could have did a little bit more. He definitely could have been a little bit more creative, especially in the second half. He could have been a little bit more creative, but I'm not even going to kill him that much either because he's coaching this quarterback and he's seeing what we're seeing, but he has to make the play calls. So it's hard for him. It's hard for LaFleur, and it ain't only him because Saleh is making decisions on what is being. I'm assuming he has to be like making decisions too. It's a collective effort. The overall adjustment and game plan in the second half seemed to me like they were afraid to get more creative because of this quarterback and who's because of who's under center. That's dictating what they're calling. That's dictating what they're calling in the game. They see how he's playing and they get very conservative. Very conservative. They don't want to put the ball in his hands. They saw what happened last time. He threw freaking 3 picks. He almost threw 2. He almost threw 2 without on plays that he was basically sitting in the pocket. Last time he was bailing so fast and running and trying to play backyard football, he was making horrible throws. But we were saying, oh, if they could just let him have some time in the pocket, he's been good in the pocket. He almost threw 2 interceptions standing still in the pocket. He is not different than the other games where he was able to throw in the pocket. He was in the pocket. The O-line wasn't perfect, but I'm not blaming the O-line either. He was standing in the pocket several times and was scared to throw it. And when he did throw it, he was way inaccurate and almost threw 2 interceptions. He was awful. He was awful all around. Could the O-line, could the coaching, could the play call, could the defense be perfect and not give up any yards? Like, you could have all this stuff. Could they do all that? Yes. The defense is that Super Bowl defense. So what they gave up, yeah, but you're not going to win every single battle, every single thing you're going to no. Come on. That's you're asking for perfection. It ain't you're not going to have perfection. I don't care what it is. They played a phenomenal game, the defense. The O-line they did their job for the most part, and the coaching was dictated by the quarterback. The quarterback is to blame. Could Michael Carter have, on that last run by him, could he have read the running lanes a little bit better and turned up the field instead of trying to extend it further to the left? Could he have turned up and got the 2 yards to get the first down? Maybe. But he got 1 yard. It was second. It was what, second and 3 or third, second and 2, and he got 1 yard. It was third and short. Maybe could they have thrown the ball instead of ran it with Michael Carter right there? Yeah, but they had some positive runs when they ran it to the left throughout the game. They had some, and maybe they felt that would catch New England off guard a little bit because there is like time is running out, so you would expect them to throw the ball because this time is running out and you're kicking in the wind, so you want to get as close as you can to the end zone, get as close as you can to be able to kick the ball with less airtime to win the game. Could they have? So they thought maybe let's catch them off guard. Maybe we could break one. We believe in Greg Zuerlein. Maybe we could break one for like 7 yards and get the first down, run a quick play, get another few, get hopefully land a few more 10, 12 yards and put it in the kicker's hands and give our kicker a shot. Because I don't think he kicked the ball in that direction for a field goal, not once. So who knows? Who knows if he had the leg power and correct directional kick, gauging the wind. Who knows? Because he did it kicking the other way. He gauged the wind perfectly, and the ball just hooked right into the upright. So could he have done? I don't know. They were playing for the kick, for sure. They were playing for a field goal, for sure. So I know what they were doing. Yes, could they have done a little better? Yes, with the play call. I give them that. That's fine. This quarterback is garbage. He's hot garbage when he plays against the Patriots. He's hot garbage, man. Don't matter what. Doesn't matter if he throws for over 300 yards. Doesn't matter if he throws for 9 completions and 77 yards. Both ends. He's hot garbage. He was so scared to do anything that when he finally did something, his mechanics, his accuracy, everything was all like he was just scared, man. And he has 21 starts. This is his 4th game against the Patriots, and you still look this bad, bro? Against the Patriots, 4 games you played against them, and you still look this bad? You haven't grown, you haven't learned anything against this team? They embarrass you every single time? Come on. Nah, I think I'm officially done with him. I'm done with him. But to be realistic, my realistic side, because me saying I'm done with him, I feel like I'm being real. But you could say I'm being pessimistic, or whatever. But if I'm gonna cater to that. If I'm being pessimistic right now, with him saying, with me being done with him, if I'm gonna lean back to being real, you gotta have a short leash. You gotta have a short leash. Every single game, unless you truly believe he only plays like this against the Patriots, but that's not true to me. That part is just not true, because he against Green Bay, it wasn't that far off to this, in my opinion. Against Denver, it wasn't that far off to this. Against Miami, he made some good throws, but the game was still really close. And when the game finally tilted in the Jets' favor in the second half, in the 4th quarter, it was the defense that really tilted the game in their favor. So he wasn't that great. He was better against Miami, but he wasn't. It wasn't special. You weren't left in awe. Against Against the Bills, you were not left in awe. It wasn't special. He did his job. He didn't get in the way. He played his role, stayed within the game plan, had more composure, absolutely more composure, and and he managed the game so that they could win. I give him that. But was it special? No, it wasn't. It wasn't special. I'm sorry. It was not. It was good. It was slightly above average in my opinion. Because if maybe slight, it was average to slightly above. It wasn't nowhere near a grading. It was nowhere near an A because you're not throwing no touchdowns, bro. You're not throwing no touchdowns. You're not throwing for 250, 300 yards. You're not. And I'm not saying that you need to do that every single time because of how good the defense is. But what you need to do every single time is play how you played against the Bills, against Miami. You got to play like that every single time, and that's lowering our standards. Really. That is our hopeful nature as New York Jets fans, our hopeful nature to just lower our standards because he's young and we hope that is just a stepping stone for him to be a special quarterback. Because we're not, I don't want, you want competent play at quarterback by any means. You want a quarterback that can manage. But at the same time, the guy needs to throw touchdowns. The guy needs to throw touchdowns. The quarterback needs to throw touchdowns, man. Are you telling me that you're happy with a guy just managing the game and throwing 150 yards and not throwing any touchdowns but just not making mistakes? Is that all you want? That to me is like the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. That's not all I want. That's not all you need. You need more from the quarterback than just that. You're basically saying every other part of the team is doing so well. They're doing so well. And they're so consistent that the quarterback could do the bare minimum. And we are playoff bound. We are first in the division bound. We are AFC championship. Get the hell out of here. That is not realistic. It's not. So you need more from the quarterback. His best performance was against the Steelers. And it wasn't even as he was garbage. He threw a freaking, you could blame Elijah Moore. He wasn't all right. I'm emotional. I'm emotional. He wasn't garbage. He was a hot garbage against the Steelers. The whole game. He made some bad throws for sure. Absolutely. But he moved the ball, and when it mattered most in the fourth quarter, he made two excellent drives that ended up with touchdowns. That was his best performance this season for sure. But that was his first outing. He made some mistakes still, and he has been on a decline since that first outing. On a decline. Period. I don't care who he's been playing. When he plays against really good defenses, he is incapable. Incapable. Against the Pats, against the Broncos, against the Patriots twice. He was not good at all. I don't care what anyone says. He was not good against the Packers and against the Broncos. He was not. He was not good, man. He did below the bare minimum, in my opinion. Yeah, there are some throws that you could be like, oh, look at that one throw in that game. Where you're like, oh, okay. Look at this look at this one throw. Like, come on. He was garbage and against those teams, he was garbage. Against the Bills, he did the bare minimum. He did the bare minimum. He didn't make the mistake. Against the Dolphins, he did the bare minimum. He was a little bit better than a little bit, but he had Brees Hall, he had AVT, and his best performance was against the Steelers, which he threw bad throws. He had picks, but he bounced back in the fourth quarter, and he had two excellent drives to score and win the game on comeback fashion. The moment was big. It was his best, but he's been on a decline. I'm sorry. I wrote so many notes last night, and I know I tackled a lot of them with this rant. I'll just go over it quick. He's 20 at the time. He was 23rd at QBR. I think he's 24th in the league. I wrote Flacco. Flacco hasn't played since week 3 and still has more touchdowns than Zach. Flacco 5, Zach 4. Flacco would have probably won that game yesterday, which is crazy. Some people might say it's crazy to say. I don't think so. Cooper Rush, Taylor Haneke, and Bailey Zappi have all played close to the same amount of games and have more touchdowns and better completion percentage. Zach is very similar to Baker Mayfield. He has escapability and twitch, but with limited speed. He has poor decision-making with turnover-worthy passes. He walks with an air of self-entitlement, but hasn't done anything but hold back the overall potential of the team. That's Baker Mayfield. He has yet to provide the sense of control and excitement this season that he did last year, like in the Bucs game. Look, in the Bucs game, to me the difference is he passed the eye test. He was making some nice throws a little bit more frequently. His decision making was a lot better. The reason why it's not the best game is because it's not he lost. The team lost, and you could say that the defense was a major factor of why they lost because the defense was dog shit. How Salah said yesterday, how the offense, he said dog shit for the second half. The defense was dog shit last year, but Zach. So yeah, they lost the game. He didn't win the game, but he was phenomenal in that game. Against the Bucs were better. Don't forget, yeah, the Bucs sucked this year, but the Bucs were way better last year. They were way better last year, especially late in the season when we played them. And Zach looked great. He looked. I'm not saying he did more than the bare minimum. He was a factor in that game for the offense. He was definitely a factor. Like. In the Bills game, look, another note, the Bills game was his best game because he won. You see, okay, the Bills game is the best game because they beat the Bills. The Bills a couple weeks ago, their Super Bowl bound MVP, Josh Allen, all that garbage. We were like 10.5-point underdogs, all this crap, and he goes out there. Does his job, doesn't get in the way. He stayed composed, and they shocked the world, and and they shocked the NFL to its core, and everybody was talking about them. And he didn't make any major mistakes. The talk of the town was the defense and Bryce Huff and Quentin Williams, the D line, Sauce Gardner, uh, DJ Reed. They were the talk of the towns. Zach was like he was like underneath he wasn't the major headline. Everybody, but people still were talking about him because he is the quarterback, and they were saying, oh, he had a bounce back game from New England. He made the right decisions. They moved the ball down the field, and they beat the best team in the league. That's what it was about for him. But look, although he lost last year against the Bucks, he provided starting quarterback production and also was passing the eye test. Where did that player go? Where did that player go from last year where he's passing the eye test? He's a factor. He is a major factor on why the offense is showing glimpses of hope. He was a major, that's what I feel. I felt like towards the end of the season, he was like, okay, this guy is making plays. Where did that player go? In many areas, he hasn't improved, and in some, he has regressed. Taking off the green-tinted glasses, the game's fans say he played well in, he really was just so-so, average, mediocre, stayed out of the way of the team. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's no way he has done anything special. The Steelers game, he mustered up a great fourth quarter, a special fourth quarter, but it's been a steady decline with glimpses of mediocrity. Fan standards are dropping week to week, partly because the defense is elite, so a game manager is all that's needed. But teams drafting a quarterback in the first round, top 10, top 5, they expect good to great play, at least top 12 quarterback production. He is young and has played just 20 games, but his maturity on the field and off the field is inconsistent, and the trajectory is a mystery still. The pressure is on because the defense is Super Bowl worthy. His poor to average play has been a detriment to the team's record and division standing. Hopefully, it's just something with the Patriots and Belichick that causes him to play so poorly. He's beaten all the other teams this year, so let's see. But nonetheless, he has to step his game up, and he needs to grow up off the field as well. Should they play Zach the rest of the season? Is it possible for him to turn it around? Yes and yes, but I believe Zach won't be the starter next year. The Jets starting quarterback is not on the roster right now. Those are my takes on the game. Like it, love it, hate it, I don't care. I don't care. You could share it whatever way you want. You could say it whatever way you want. You could have your feelings. I think we don't have our quarterback on this team. And I'll say it right now, he shouldn't be the starter for next year. Yep, let him play the rest of the season. If he in any game, in any or every game, you have a short leash with him, because if you got the defense, this expectations changed. The expectation has changed. I'm not going to go on forever. The expectation has changed, and the defense is so far ahead of where they should be, so far ahead that to me it's not. I think you've seen a lot of what this kid is about. Is there still, like I said, is there still a mystery to where he could end up? A little, yes, but it's not worth losing these games and missing the playoffs. We haven't made the playoffs in 12 years, man. It's not worth for this specific player and how he's been playing and what he's shown, it's not worth not like blindly letting him play and look like this. You got to provide a spark. And I'm not saying you just bench him. No, you got all right. You let him continue to play, but you gotta have a backup plan. You gotta have a backup plan for when he looks anywhere near like this to provide a spark. If you're afraid of putting in, this is my final take. If you're afraid of putting in Mike White because for any reason, whether he's horrible and he's worse than Zach and he's going to throw interceptions all day long, or you're afraid that he's going to look and provide a spark, and now you're questioning. Now you're in a crazy situation with the fans that you're way deeper in that situation. Now you're like, damn man, you're like how the Eagles were when Nick Foles went in. Like you're in that situation similarly. If Mike White could provide a Nick Foles type of energy, which I don't think he could do that, but hey, if you need a spark and the players around him start playing a little bit with more energy and more sense of urgency, I don't know. Maybe you're afraid of that, and you don't want to put him in for that. Then bring in Strevler. Bring in Strevler and bring him in for packages that we thought you were gonna run against the Patriots a few weeks ago, when it came out that he was that they bumped him up from the practice squad and all that, and I'm like, oh, is he gonna have a package or two? Do that to bring energy, to bring a wrinkle into the, and that's more on the coaching. Do that. You can't give this guy, if he's gonna look like this, if Zach's gonna look like this, and he's only giving you the bare minimum, and you're relying heavily on your makeshift O-line and your banged up running back group, and relying on your defense to play lights out every play, every drive, every game, and you're not going to get better production from your quarterback position, that's like, you got to provide another level of wrinkle. And the wrinkle, unfortunately, is taking the ball out of Zach's hands a little bit more from the quarterback position. Bring in Chris Strevler and run several packages for him. I hope that story is somewhat true from a few weeks ago, and you guys been practicing this package for the last few weeks with Strevler. And you could freaking surprise everybody with some solid design plays for Strevler to run the ball, some pitches, some little pop screen passes. Because maybe, and that still will rile up the fan base to put the pressure on you even more to bench Zach completely. But at the same time, if Strevler is able to do that, and then Zach comes in, and then Zach starts looking better, maybe not. Maybe they're just saying, you know what? There's a Strevler package, and that's it, and that's how we're gonna roll. I'm done. I've been at it for over an hour. That's how I feel. Like it, love it, hate it, despise it, disagree, all that. I don't care. I don't care. Let's go Jets.